Welcome back to Game Day Jays. I'm your host, Nick Jambrosic. And chalk up the dub again, 4 in a row, back to back to back. Series wins for the boys in blue, taking on the Bronx Bombers for Game 2. We got Yusei Kikuchi versus Carlos Rodon on the mound today. And man, Yusei is absolutely dominating. 3-0 to start the year. Tonight he did 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. They counted it as an earned run. I still am a little questionable on that. Danny Jansen bobbled the ball. That guy was out by a mile. I mean, Stanton knew he was out. Like, he saw the ball get in 10 steps before he even got to the plate. Maybe not that much, but Danny just dropped the ball. First game back. I mean, give him some slack. We know he'll get back to the Danny Jansen, but I'm going to say that was a clean game from Kikuchi today. And let's not forget about the 9 strikeouts that he had. Guy was dealing, topping out at 98 miles an hour to start the game in the first inning. And it's hard to say right now because the fact that Kevin Gausman and Yariel Rodriguez / the 5th starter spot, but for Kevin Gausman to be the guy I'm least confident in at the moment is amazing. And I'm not saying I'm not confident in him. Guy's going to bounce back tomorrow and show us who he really is. Hopefully he gets that velo back up. But man, our starting pitching is putting the league on notice. And hey, we're getting better at bats at the plate today because we were battling. What did I say yesterday? I said we had to come in with these Yankees and get to their starting pitching early because their bullpen's been getting a lot of use lately. And what did we do? We knocked this guy out after 4 innings. We had 72 pitches after the 3rd inning. And these guys were just having fantastic at-bats. They were seeing the ball really well. They weren't trying to do too much with it today. Springer had amazing at-bats today. He was fouling off 2-strike pitches like no tomorrow. Same thing with Vladdy. He looked a bit more patient today. He had a fantastic game. 2 hits, 2 walks, got on base 4 times today. Vladdy, you heard me yesterday clearly, and you went to the ballpark early. You were putting in the work, and it showed tonight. You did a great job, and in the field too, you were excellent. Even Ernie Clement, 2 hits tonight, fantastic. And I got to give the bottom of the order credit. They scored all 5 of our runs tonight. When the bottom of the order is able to get on base and turn it over, we're gonna do some serious damage. So please keep that up, and Jays fans, don't lose faith because this team is getting better and better each and every day. We just had to come home. We had to settle in to that brand new stadium or brand new renovations. They got a beautiful new clubhouse downstairs. And I gotta say, Yusei Kikuchi is giving him a little extra motivation when he's on the mound because they're talking before the game or mid-game. Every single win that he has this year, he's trying to start a little new tradition. He's bringing in Yamazaki Spanish Oak Single Malt Scotch, which is a $3,000+ bottle, USD, of beautiful Japanese Scotch. And I mean, if that's not motivation alone to have an amazing glass of Scotch after being rewarded for a win, I don't know what is. So Kikuchi, I absolutely love it. Hopefully we can grow this channel a little bit to get you on one day, and maybe you can send me one of those bottles too because I'm a Scotch guy myself. Let's start a little bit with the offense as well. I'm going to kind of go down through the innings because there's a few things that I wanted to point out today. First of all, Vladdy, especially in the first inning too. Springer gets out, and we were doing a pretty good job getting either the first or second guy on this game, which was nice, getting those pitch counts up. But Vladdy, second guy up, what did he do? Hit up the middle. Guy had 2 hits up the middle today. So much better. And then very next at bat, a 12-pitch walk from Bo Bichette. I know we didn't do anything that inning, but just the fact that we were seeing a lot of pitches and those 2 guys getting on back-to-back, those are good things. Next inning, whatever, 3 up, 3 down, but we did give up a run in the second inning. I was talking about how great our defense was yesterday, and of course, the second inning was one of those innings where we just had a couple brain farts. I mean, I know it just counted for 1 inning, but I think I counted it as like 2 errors in the inning. Bo Bichette. He's got to have that ball. He knows. I don't think he got charged for an error there, but that's an error. Should have had it. But hey, it ended up burning us. But Davis Schneider, beautiful throw from left field. Threw a strike to Danny Jansen. Guy, I guess, just couldn't hang on to it. Whatever. First game back, we'll let it slide. But you better get it next time. And then we'll go to the third inning. I'll touch on Kikuchi a bit more in a second, but third inning is where stuff started to happen. Varsho, you've been swinging a much better bat lately. I still don't get how you have two completely different swings. That first hit that you had, 108 miles an hour off the bat. Beautiful line drive all the way down the line to the wall. It's just weird. I don't get it. That swing, you stayed back and you drove through the ball beautifully. And then there's other swings where you're just coming up and out of it. And man, I'd like to see you hit a golf ball. Because I hit a golf ball high, but I think you could hit it higher the way you lean back into some of these pitches. So keep putting those good swings on balls and good things are going to happen. Next at bat. Varsho was bottom of the order. Again, turning it over for the top of the order. Springer, nice line drive to center. We had first and third, no out. And Vladdy, what an at-bat. I'm writing right here. I'm like, I am shocked. He took a walk. And that was another great at-bat. He got down 2 strikes early, and he was fouling off pitches. We were getting to this guy early. And he didn't swing at stuff way out of the zone. He was being selective with his pitches, and he was making the pitcher work. And as a 2-strike count, you got to swing at stuff a little closer to the zone, but he was putting good cuts on it and just letting him get a chance to see something that he can hit. So hopefully this is going to transition into some better at-bats for Vladdy moving forward. And I did write, I would have liked to see a better approach from Bo. I mean, we had bases loaded, no out, maybe 1 out. I think it was no out, though. And Bo Bichette swung at the first 2 pitches, and they were not strikes. He's one guy on the team where normally I'll let you swing at anything because you're our guy. You lead the league in average almost every year, and you can hit almost anything. You're just an incredible hitter. But at that point in the game, when we're down a run, I would have liked to see a slightly better approach. All you got to do is get the ball out of the infield, and I would have liked to see a slightly better approach. But hey, it ended up working out because we got Daddy Turner cashing it in, veteran move, deep fly ball to center field. 72 pitches we faced through 3 innings. Just got the one with bases loaded. We're still having a bit of problem, or a bit of a struggle cashing those guys in with runners in scoring position. But hey, we're getting there. We're getting better. So we can be more confident in these guys, all right? Next inning, too. Double steal. We're running the bases a lot more. And that's something Schneider never used to do. So I don't know if this is the new Don Mattingly coming in and telling, John, we got to play a little more aggressive, or if he's taking control. But last year I had a lot of things to yell about John Schneider, and this year he's doing a bit better job. We'll get to the Romano decision a little later in the game, but I'm liking the aggressive play because later in the game too, I'll touch on that, it proved to be crucial. Good at bat by Springer too, and then set up Vladdy again in the 4th inning for another hard hit ball through the middle of the infield, cashing 2 RBIs, which was huge. We got that run back. We got the lead at that point, and then it just set the tone for the game because Kikuchi was dealing. He had a beautiful first inning. Second inning, he got that pitch count up again, and I'm like, oh no, is this going to be the Kikuchi where he looks strong to start, and then he's still doing a great job, but just facing too many pitches? I know that's what happens when you're more of a strikeout pitcher, but it was nice to see him bounce back, get a couple 1, 2, 3 innings in, and really keep that pitch count down to get 6 solid innings. Bottom of the 6th inning, Ernie, 2 hits, leadoff double. And then he was great on the bases too. He was running the bags well. Nice slide to avoid at third base, overturned call. So we had first and third, no out. And look what happens when you play aggressive. We stole again that inning. We sent the guy from first to second. The catcher actually threw it to second. Sometimes they pump fake. You never know what you're going to get. But the guy bobbled the ball. If you play aggressive, you force errors on the other team, and good things happen. Ernie got the steal home, added another run, and then right after, Bo Bichette comes up to bat. Beautiful single up the middle again. Another RBI for Bo. Not a whole lot happened after that, but it's just nice to see the offense taking steps in the right direction. And when we are getting on base, like we drew 7 walks today, which was incredible. 8 hits by the guys too. And yeah, when you get on base, we're starting to know what to do with these guys a little bit. Different than last year. So I like this new approach, and I'm hopeful to keep this going and keep working on some things too, because we're still a little sloppy. So let's keep the positives and keep moving forward. Now let's touch back to Kikuchi too. Yeah, guy was really working his pitch as well. His fastball, like I said, topping out at 98 today. That was only a couple pitches, but still, you can just tell his mechanics are really good right now. Pete Walker is by far one of the best pitching coaches in the league. Say what you want about him. He really does a great job working with each and every type of pitcher that we have. And he's faced some interesting arms in our bullpens and with starting pitchers over the years. But it just seems Kikuchi is fully confident in his body. And I know I wasn't on the air last year, but I was his biggest supporter for a bounce back season before the season even started. I knew he was going to come back, and I had faith he was going to add on to that positive year last year and prove to be even better this year. And MLB, watch out, because our starting pitching is just starting to heat up. I'm telling you, these guys are going to be scary. No team is going to want to face us with these guys on the mound. As long as the offense keeps going, we're going to have a good season. But it's all about winning series, and that's what we're doing right now. I got to give Kikuchi some credit, too. He had some great PFPs out there. I call them PFPs, but just anytime a pitcher covers a base, makes an out, pitcher's fielding practice, it's just so simple, but you got to get it done. And him and Barrios are really great, or Barrios are really great at doing that. And in the fifth inning, that play by Vladdy, IKF, and Kikuchi, when it went off Vladdy's glove and IKF was backing him up, Kikuchi did a great job remembering still to get to first base, even though it was kind of a confusing play. And he made a beautiful grab and tag on the base at the same time. So he was feeling it tonight. And what can I say? This pitching staff, too, we've held Judge 0 for 8. 0 for 8 in 2 games. That is incredible. Soto, 1 for 8. Or something like that. Stanton, they credit him with a hit today, but Bo should have had that. That was a hard hit ball through his glove on the left side. So we're holding their heart of the order to barely anything. And when you can do that against a team like that, they're so much easier to beat. And that's what we're doing right now. And I gotta say, I guess with these renovations, Judge used to be a resident at Rogers Center, and we must have had the smoke and voodoo cleared out of that stadium, because this is our house again. This is not your house anymore, and we're showing you that, and we're gonna show you again tomorrow when Gosman's back on the hill. We'll talk about the bullpen a little bit now, because Trevor Richards came in the 7th after Kikuchi went 6 solid, and he let up 2 runs. I won't give him too much hate on that, because we had a chance to get the out at home plate when the guys were on, I think, 2nd and 3rd, and he made a smart decision to take the out at first base because we had no outs at the time. So I'll always be okay with taking a guaranteed out. It looked like he could have got him at the plate. It would have been nice to try, but if we didn't get it, now that's when it starts getting dangerous, because with 0 outs and they're making some plays and some timely hits, and then they get that run on the board when they need to make a comeback, you just don't want to give them that momentum. So sure, give them the 1 run. We still got the lead at this point, and get that guaranteed out, which proved to be effective. They got another hit at the end of that inning, but he got out of it. And I will say, Richards, your changeup is looking solid. I think that's the best I've seen it all season. And that just had some nasty movement to it. Even when you started it middle up in the strike zone, it was still breaking almost to the floor. So I like what I'm seeing with these bullpen guys getting their pitches back on track. And then this is where I kind of found it interesting, because 8th inning and 9th inning, I'll talk about 2 different perspectives. But Jimmy Garcia comes in. And at this point, I'm thinking Jimmy Garcia's closing it out. 8th and 9th inning, lock it down. Guy's one of the hottest arms in the league right now. Coming in, facing the heart of the order. What's it? Judge, Soto, and Stanton. 3 pop-ups. Barely like 12 pitches. Guy's almost unhittable right now. But then, going into the 9th, we got to see Romano for the first time this year, which was cool. I always love seeing the lights and the show that goes on when he walks in. But was it the right time to bring him in? I was kind of a little angry at John because with Jimmy being so hot right now, and we need a series win against one of the best teams in the league, I want to go with a guy who's proven to me that he's being effective and that he's just dominant out there. And I don't want to take any chances. But at the same time, he did pitch last night. I still think only 12 pitches in the inning. They should have gave him that inning. But you do want to give Romano some work. So the other side of it is that, yes, you could have brought Jimmy in the ninth to close that game out, but the heart of the order came up in the eighth. And would you rather see Romano in the eighth against the heart of the order or in the ninth against the bottom of the order? Now we'll talk about Romano a little bit because there's 3 things I was looking at from him today. And I didn't get to see too much because he didn't throw too many pitches. But I wanted to see his velocity on his fastball. I wanted to see the location of his pitches and how he was using them. Because last year, oh my God, this guy would throw so many breaking balls down the middle of the plate, or at least for a strike, when they should not have been near the zone, and give up home runs and game-winning hits, and on and on and on and on. So Romano, please, you did look better tonight. You weren't missing with those breaking balls. And even that one that you almost got burned on in the ninth to tie the game, that was a good spot. You kept it low. It was out of the strike zone, so I won't give you hate on that. But man, we got burned by that too many times. His velo looked pretty good tonight. He was topping out at 98 when he really reached back and went for it. I still think he's got a little bit extra in the tank, but for a first outing, he looked okay. It was nice to get him that first close under the belt, so I'm sure that'll feel good for him, and it'll help moving forward. Overall, Jays fans, we should be happy with this team right now. We are showing that we are resilient and that when things aren't going our way, we are working on it day in and day out to get better, which not a lot of teams are good at doing. So as long as we keep that up and we keep going and we just have a short Ted Lasso memory like a goldfish, 10 seconds, forget about the past, keep moving forward. Just keep winning series. Like this is a long season, and that's what I feel like a lot of baseball fans forget because, you go in a little slump, you're not winning a little bit, and it's easy to write the team off. But man, 162 games is a ton. As long as you win 2 out of 3 or tie 2 out of 4, they add up. And they add up quick. Right now, we have a chance to get within 1 game of the Yankees. And that's tomorrow with our ace on the hill, Kevin Gausman. Be huge, honestly. I'm praying, absolutely praying for a series dub and a series sweep tomorrow. I don't want to get ahead of myself because at the end of the day, these guys are the Yankees. And we got Marcus Stroman coming back home. So we'll see what he's got in store for us. We're going to see a lot of the same as what we saw before. A lot of spinning pitches, low in the zone. So we'll see how we've adapted to seeing a lot of changeups and sinkers and sliders and so on. Hopefully we can get to him early because the Yankees' pen, like I said, is struggling. And we're only doing ourselves justice too by getting to them tomorrow again, because that means they're not going to be as fresh for their next series coming up against another division rival, Tampa Bay. If we can get them tired and make it a little easier for Tampa Bay, I know we're helping one team in the division and not another, but right now I think the Yankees are going to finish higher than Tampa Bay. Frankly, they should. So if we can get some more losses out of the Yankees and help another team in the league get back to them, that's a good thing. So let's get to the starting pitcher early again tomorrow. And please keep up the aggressive base running. It's working. We've only been caught twice stealing, and it's from the same guy, Justin Turner. That guy doesn't steal bases. He's not the fastest guy on the team, and he's the only guy to be caught. So it's proving that it's working. We're not only stealing second base, we're stealing third base, we're stealing home. Small ball. It's the best baseball. It wins you games. And that's the style of games we're going to need to win this year. So, afternoon game tomorrow. Stroman versus Gausman. I think it's a 3:07 or 3:30 start. We'll be watching from work tomorrow. Hopefully I get a quick little video up after work. But before we go, I know I asked last episode, guys, if you're enjoying the content, please like, subscribe, and comment. I want to answer some of your questions. And like I said, film me a video, send it to me on Instagram at GameDayJays, or text it to me on Instagram, or comment on YouTube. So I'm going to answer a question. Coming from a Dodger fan, Sammy Say It Ain't Sosa says, I'm a Dodger fan, but we're salivating for a Bichette trade. The Dodgers minors is loaded, and do y'all have a backup position for Bo, or will this ever happen? There were rumors in spring training, but then it died off. Your pitching is keeping you relevant, so that will nix any Bichette deals. I was hoping the Yanks and O's hot starts would help a Bichette trade, but y'all are winning. If I were you, I'd tell me to F off, LOL. I kind of want to tell you that, because coming from a Dodger fan right now, like, do you know how lucky you are? You have an all-star team, a legit all-star team. You have a $5 billion roster on the field that you're so lucky to watch play each and every single day. You don't need another guy, let alone Bichette. And I really do see Bichette staying in Toronto for his entire career. I think we're gonna lock him up with like a 7 to 10 year deal. So no, we don't need a backup option, and I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Yes, I will agree with you. Our pitching is keeping us relevant right now, but you just wait. Our bats will heat up, and they will get better. They won't get to the point where they'll be talking about us like you or the Yankees or the Braves or anything like that. But they'll get us up there. They're going to start winning us games. And, the Yanks and O's did have a hot start. But we're not trading anyone this year, especially our top guy. I think him and Vladdy are going to be around, hopefully forever. Those are our two lifer players. I see them like I see A-Rod and Derek Jeter. I think we're going to have them till they retire. And those are two guys that you can always build a team around. Because Vladdy, his defense, I think through and through his career, I really see him turning into a Miguel Cabrera type player. So I think he'll be effective for a very long time. And Bo, yes, he might not be one of the best shortstops defensively in the game, but as an overall player, he's one of the most well-rounded players in the league. So I'm sorry to tell you, keep salivating because you're never going to get him. But thank you for the question. I really appreciate it. But I won't tell you to F off. So we'll be nice to all the followers. And I'm grateful. And it's nice to see comments not coming from family and friends. So thank you for the watch, Sammy, and appreciate the comment. I'm going to end things off today, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you again for watching, and have a good night. Bye now.